If a plot point is contrived, that makes it bad, right? In the most recent session of my Xenoblade Chronicles first playthrough, in which I interrogate the game live using my storytelling background, I found myself struck by several elements that on paper I think I would have maybe described as contrived. I'm talking about storytelling decisions that feel forced, a writer's convenience to convey necessary information rather than what I would call an organic narrative inevitability. I never know how I'm going to introduce these videos when I post them on YouTube, but here I hope that when you watch this stream, you will flag when I notice this, and how Xenoblade, I think, artfully uses dramatic tension and deploys story elements that inspire intellectual curiosity to distract from what I think I'm identifying as weaker points in the game's structure. So the game seems to know what is interesting and how to balance its economy of knowledge to best control the player's sense of active attention. Anyways, I hope you enjoy my time experiencing Xenoblade Chronicles for the first time. You can catch my live streams and watch the full VODs on twitch.tv/JakeKnowsIt, and please leave a comment telling me you're enjoying this series so I know to keep going. Bye-bye. Oh, we're back, dude. Xenoblade, we're back. Oh, I love this start screen. I love sitting here. Yeah, this is a good time. I don't know what my angle is gonna be for the next YouTube VOD. I know I said this last time, and then we figured something out, so I'm hoping we figure something out again. But I'm always like, oh man, how am I gonna open this YouTube VOD? Like, hey, have you seen the last 4 videos? I hope so, okay. You know. And then it's mostly just, and it's funny, because I think a lot of the YouTube people are like, we don't care, we just want the VOD. And I'm like, I don't know, yeah, I don't know. Everybody wants something different, so let's get started. Xenoblade, I'm ready. Sharla! Sharla! Sharla. I don't know why that's really sticking with me. Sharla, dude. Oh my god. Look at us, we look great! Wow. Oh, it feels good to be back, chat. It feels good to be back. Oh, he's feeling it! He's feeling it! All right, cool. Oh, you know what's fun? Normally I'm like in the top right, so you don't see the map, but now you can kind of through the chat, you can see my little yellow line and all that stuff. So that's kind of fun for you guys. All right, let's refamiliarize ourselves with the controls. It's been a minute. Let's initiate the battle, obviously. We do our little shadow eye. He forgets about us. We go to the back. We hit him with the backslash. It's over. We're a god. We've got the true power of the Monado. You're done. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Dude, the drainage outlet. All right. Oh, I feel like we're about to hit a cutscene. Oh my god. I'm pumped, chat. I'm pumped. Let's go. Let's go. Charlotte, relax. Charlotte's bugging. Charlotte is the most excited about this cutscene. Charlotte, chill. Chill, Charla! Oh my god. Alright. What a bunch of jokers. Yo, do you think we can get up there with our platforming skills? Oh, we did it, baby. We did it. Yo, Shulk, good boy. Oh, man. That is how you do it, baby. This mine, very complicated. So easy to get lost. But you no have to worry. You just follow Glomas on wall like marker and go inside. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. An actual merchant. The other one was a fake merchant, so. But the numbies are so low. I'm not interested. I'm sorry. This is just not the guy that I imagine like buying the best weapons in the game from. You know what I mean? Like, this is not. Like, come on, dude. Like, you're telling me this guy's got, like, valuable stuff for me? Like, no way, dude. No way. We can't see the numbers? Oh, well, then you just have to trust me. You just have to trust me. Oh, cutscene, cutscene. Lock in.
Guys, kill the noise.
Absolute silence. Guys, shut up. Okay. Like, Charla, okay? Shut up! Shut up! The Shulk, you know, it's like...
A Macon.
I can't believe they've taken the mine too. That means the defense force and residents are...
Okay. We knew that this place was like taken over by bad guys. We knew that. And she comes down here, she sees one robot, and like, look at her face right now. She's like ready to have a mental breakdown. Okay, Charlotte, one, get a hold of yourself. Okay. And two, in every situation, in every science fiction movie I've ever seen, where something like this goes down, there is one area in the town or whatever that everybody is hiding, where everybody is holed up, where everybody's like, okay, this is our little safe spot. We're like rationing our stuff. We're making a plan. So just relax, Charlotte.
Oh no, Juju.
The break
together, Charlotte.
Keep it together, Charlotte. Okay.
Don't start panicking now.
Ryan.
Ryan's my boy. He's coming through.
They can't have seized the entire area, right? I bet you they're holed up someplace safe. Juju is alive, and we're gonna find him.
That's why we're here. You can count on us.
Nice.
Yeah, yes. It'll be fine.
Oh, also, I want to address something that I've seen a lot in the chat. I think, or in the YouTube comments, people think when I look over here, I've got my two monitors here, I'm looking at chat, so I'm missing stuff on screen. Joke is on you. When I look over here, I also have a window that has me and I see the game and the chat. All right, I'm not missing stuff when I'm looking over here. YouTube comments, so settle down. All right.
Ryan, Shulk, thank you.
Yeah, listen, maybe that was new information for you, and if it was, now you know. Now you're better for it. Okay, so let's talk. So like right now we're doing setup, right? We're doing storytelling setup right now. And I made that comment about how like, oh, I've seen a million movies that have done this. There's going to be one area where all the people are holed up. And Ryan was even like, yeah, I mean, listen, Jake's probably right about this. So what's going to happen? What are we setting up here, right? And thinking. What is the thing that would cause tension? That's the question we have to ask. What is the like little inciting incident within this scene that we are setting up that would cause tension? So let's think about this, right? So you've got Charlotte starting the scene, entering into this new space where the next however long arc of the game is going to last. And what does she say? She says, be quiet. There's bad guys here. This is tension, okay? And Charlotte is the one telling everybody else to be quiet. Charlotte also says, oh my God, I'm worried. I'm breaking down. I'm freaking out that these people I love are not safe. So what do you do here? What do you do? The dramatic tension now, what we're doing is we're setting up a scene later where the dramatic tension is Charlotte gets like a glimpse of Juju or something, like sees a bad guy, you know, rounding a corner with Juju, and they're like hiding, and now Charlotte jumps out and she's like, it's Juju, and then you get Shulk and Ryan who are like, Charlotte, stop, you know, and then she exposes herself. Then we have to have like a little battle. That's kind of like the dramatic situation that we're setting up. And then it becomes a question of like, okay, so what are our tools? What do we have to... I hope this is interesting to people. It's like, so, you know, so we're like telling a story now. It's like, okay, so who's it going to be that pulls Charlotte into the spotlight? I just said Juju, but if we think about that a little bit more, we have a few different tools that we can deploy right now that might be more narratively interesting, right? So like, what are the tools available to us? We have, what is the name of the guy that we presume is dead? That was like going to be her husband. Could somebody remind me? It's just slipping my mind. Godot. Yeah, it's like Godot, right? Or Gado is, I think, how they say it. Gado. Okay. So, I think that would maybe be a more effective lure if you got a little taste of Gato and he was, you know what I mean? And that would pull her out of hiding and kind of dramatically justify having a fight.
An ether rifle. Gato!
I think that's what I would do. I think that's what I would do to motivate that movement into a high intensity moment. Did I just see Gato? Gato, Gato! And then she like runs out, Gato! You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I think that's what I would do. Does that make sense? Does everybody kind of see what I'm saying here about the dramatic situation that it's being set up and then like looking at the tools we have available to us and trying to make like the most, the strongest like pain point? Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, cool. Because listen, I'm not trying to say that this is me telling you what's going to happen. I'm trying to say, as like an artist, this is the kind of thing that I would kind of be like, this is what's available to me. These are my options. What choice do I want to make? You know what I mean? Yeah. What is this little thing? Oh, a little good boy rock? Don't mind if I do. Yeah, no, I'm taking it, dude. Listen, Shulk is not above mining the earth for its natural resources. Oh no. Get him. Get him. Hey, he's running. He's running. Hey, where are you going? Are you going to go tell your friends? Is that what's happening? Oh, you dinkus. Oh, you dinkus. How could you? The scout unit. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm so mad, chat. Cutscene? Let's see. Nice.
An ether rifle. Gato!
Oh man. All right. All right. Pretty funny only because the ether rifle thing meant nothing to me. And I was like, what is, all right. And then, you know, it's not quite how I imagined that moment going, but same idea. Now, because of how this moment is playing out. So, okay. So this is actually really telling, right? Because I think what I have learned playing this game, I think I am a more learned observer of this game, having kind of understanding more and more its storytelling style and how purposeful everything is. And I think by virtue of the fact that we are being drawn to Gato through this thing that Charla recognizes, I think is almost an outright confirmation that we are not going to see Gato right now. So obviously Juju is like our ultimate thing that we're going to save, and it wouldn't be surprising to see Juju. So that's later. That's not now. So now the question is like, what, again, thinking about our tools, what was the guy's name? Remember? Okay, so we had our flashback and Gato was talking to kind of like an old bald guy. Otheron. Thank you, Otheron. So I think at the time I was a little confused about why Otheron was like being introduced when he was. And now I think it was low-key set up for this, because now she thinks she's about to see Gato, turns a corner, sees Otheron. That is, that payoff makes more sense to us, the viewer, than it would be if this was just when we were introducing Otheron, you know what I mean? So I think that this game's storytelling style is that like everything is being deployed like purposefully and in a specific sequence, not like carefully. So I think that's probably what we're doing here. Yep, jumping into a fight, like I said. Yeah.
I know that voice. Medic!
Easy. 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 So, okay. All right, let's talk for a second. Sometimes I get worried that people are going to watch this and I'm nailing things to such a degree that people are just going to get cynical and be like, "Oh, Jake actually like looked it up or is watching things in advance." And here's the thing. I don't care. If you want to be cynical and weird and think that that is my prerogative here, that is fine. I've seen a couple of those comments. I hope at least the way in which I am breaking things down and showing my work and explaining my process is clicking in a way that like you at least can go, all right, whether or not he's cheating on the test, he knows what he's talking about and what he's doing. That is it. Because I don't care. I don't care about the internet points of accurately predicting a story. You know what I mean? So, Minato literature degree, exactly. All right, so that's it. I just wanted to make that point. Let's continue.
Is that you?
Don't die, brother.
That's our cue, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Cinema, dude. So, sliding into the frame, like setting up this shot. So cool, dude. So nice. All right, let's go. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Okay, first things first. Shadow Eye. Then, enchant. All right, nice. And now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna hit him with this. All right, we're gonna go around. We're gonna hit him with this guy. Bada boom. We're gonna go around here. We're gonna hit him with this. I'm gonna do a little shifty poo. Oh my god, I'm shifting. I'm in the mix. Stop attacking me. You jerk. All right, fine. All right, now we're going for this guy. Bada bing. Bada boom. All right, now I'm gonna do a shift. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna kill this guy. Boom, done. Nice. All right. And then he's not even looking at me. Gotta find his side. Hard to find the side of a robot. No, he is looking at me. We can't find it. We're just gonna bust it out anyways. We're gonna finish him off. He's done. Clap! Okay.
Why are you here?
Sir, isn't Gado with you?
We have much to discuss.
Gado's dead. Come on,
You
dude.
better come with me.
Sir.
Silent walk before I tell you what happened to this man. All right, tell me now. Tell me.
So, Juju has been taken by the bronze-faced one.
Sir, what about Gado?
Gado.
Gado is gone.
Gone?
Thank you
What
for
do
the
you mean,
sub.
gone?
Gado and I planned a surprise attack to set everyone free. But we failed miserably.
Huh. Okay.
When I woke, Gado was nowhere to be seen.
Hold on, really quick pause. Subscribe to Tier 1 for 6 months in advance? Does that mean that you did like 6 month-long subscriptions, TM, all at once? That's really, sorry, I'm a little Twitch illiterate. That's crazy. Yo, thank you so much for that. Okay, shout out, dude. Shout out for supporting the stream, hanging out here. That's really cool. That's a YouTube subscription. We don't care about them. Oh God, but they're watching this right now. It's his gun.
Only his rifle remains.
Dude, Charla, new weapon.
He is alive. I can feel it. We may not be joined by blood, but he's like a son to me. I'd know if he were dead.
Oh,
Some of the people in Colony 9 got eaten.
Why would you say that?
Sorry. I said that.
Ryan.
They don't kill Homs right away. If that bronze-faced one took him, we still have some time left.
Are you sure?
Boy, That blade was once Dunban's. I'm not sure why you have it, but we're going to need its full power.
You can count on me.
We're heading for the central pit. It's where they take all the Homs they kidnap. If Juju's alive, that's where he'll be.
This is heating up.
Gather
This
your
is
things, we're moving out.
this is heating up faster than I expected it to. This is cool. Oh no. Oh, future time. Let's see who's dying.
Juju! Gato! This is for you!
What? What?
Cool. So this is cool, right? Because I think one of the fun things happening in this storytelling style right now is that they kind of slyly gave us some new and really interesting information in an expository way, and they are diverting your attention with dramatic storytelling. And they're like, focus on this. Don't think about that thing we just said for too long. You've got something more pressing to think about here. So kind of like telling us, I still feel like this guy is alive. The Mechon don't kill Homs right away. That's like key information, and they just gave it to us. And like, that's a tough thing to do. If the scene just ended right there, I would have been criticizing this, and I would have just said, what a weak way for us to get that information. But they're trying to play a little tricky poo on you. And they're like, mystery is the opposite of confusion, is one of my favorite quotes from one of my writing mentors. And a lot of people think that confusion is mystery, but in a well-written, a well-structured mystery, you want a blend of, I never saw that coming, and it was right in front of my face all along. That's what you're aiming for. So that's kind of that's why you would do something this way, is because you want your viewer to have information so that when everything... Yep, that's a really cool quote. Dude, I think about it all the time. Mystery is the opposite of confusion. That's one of my guiding lights, dude. Oh, I love it. But yeah, it's like they're giving you information without making it so obvious that you are getting information. Really cool, dude. Really cool. Smart.
You say something, Shulk?
No. It's nothing. Forget it.
So, we've had a conversation with Shulk at this point about his like visions. That's kind of been stated to the group. We, I think we're successful and then unsuccessful, obviously, in saving Juju, but we proved the power of sharing the vision with others and what you can do once you commit to that. So I'm a little bit, I feel like if this cutscene ends right here and we just go right back to playing, I'm going to be a little bit like, but if it keeps going and Shulk either needs to offer this information up or Ryan needs to be like, yeah, one of those two things needs to happen. I think we're just going back to gameplay, though. Dang, bum. What a bummer. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird, chat. I don't get it. Oh, future item. Spew it, Monado boy. This is the third love crane. They should make Peppa happy. All right, Peppa. Put it in your notes, chat. Peppa. Yeah, wait, hold on. What do we have here? A handshake moment. Handshake opportunity. Damn. All right. Like, is Ryan on this walk right now just being like, Shulk, you idiot. Why don't you talk to me? I'm supposed to be your best friend. Is he, like, working himself up? Do you think he's building up the courage to tell Shulk that he's a big dummy? I don't know. Yeah, it's so weird. It's because, like, oh!
Hurry it up, slow coach.
What's wrong?
Juju! Gado! This is for you!
What can it mean? This is for you. Is Juju already dead? Or is he going to be killed? Is that why Atharon...
He's thinking. He doesn't understand it. Okay.
But then, what does that mean?
In his head.
If we keep moving, is
I see.
Atharon really going to die?
Okay, so we're demonstrating a kind of a. It's funny. This is kind of a shard of glass. We're kind of demonstrating, I think, one of Shulk's like core wounds, one of his like the actual problem that he maybe needs to confront. And so I think between the two options we described earlier, I think now is when you do deploy Ryan as the friend to kind of. I think you need Ryan to pull him. Come on, talk to us. I think that's what you need in this moment for sure.
No.
Oh, okay, he's
What's
doing
wrong,
it.
Shulk?
Okay.
This battle is for my people. If you can't handle it, drop that weapon and head home.
That's
I'm a little
not it.
confused. Yeah, okay, let's see.
It's just that...
Out with it!
Listen. Maybe we shouldn't just rush in head first.
What?
We got this far.
I think we should observe them and plan our attack afterwards.
You insolent! We don't have that kind of time! You don't know a damn thing about these.
That's true. He's been there. He's been there probably watching him the whole
I
time.
have observed their movements.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've planned this attack for a month.
Yeah.
I know full well what's going to happen to my brothers and sisters.
It's just...
No, he's willing to pay the
We're
price,
going.
Shulk.
Fall in, medic.
Sir, what's got into you?
A vision again.
Nice. Oh, the step
Don't
forward.
tell me another death.
Yeah.
I knew it. The Shulk I know doesn't just chicken out for any old reason.
This vision, was it like before?
Kind of. I saw an underground ether river.
Nice. Nice.
And
Okay.
Atharon.
Cool.
An ether river. You know what? That sword lets you see the future. All that power, and you still keep getting it wrong.
Better to use my brain than my fists.
Shulk, I may rush in head first, but at least my head's useful for something.
Okay, I get the idea.
I ain't done yet. You're useless on your own, Shulk. That's why we're here.
Ryan,
Next time you have a vision, you tell us. We bear the burden together as a team. You have a vision you don't like, we'll change the future together. Got it?
This is huge. This is important. Remember this. Remember this.
What
This
was
is huge.
that? Say it like you mean it.
This is huge.
I
They just
got
told
you,
us what's gonna
right?
happen. They just told us
Next
what's gonna
time
happen.
I'll tell you.
He's right, Shulk. You two saved Juju once before. I know we can do it again. I believe in you.
Thanks.
They're right. We'll change what happens. Anyway, I didn't see Juju and the others dying. There's still hope.
Cool. Okay. So that was fun. That was fun. Okay, so again, like what dramatic moment are we setting up? So we've got our next focal point, right? This this sacrifice that Otheron is going to make, and then falling into the pit. I assume the same ooze that the Joker fell into, right? And I think what the game is trying to address here, and the ultimate point that they are trying to build towards and dramatize, is this... Man, I love, like... Ryan like pointing at Shulk and being like, brother, you're useless without us, is so confrontational, and it's so interesting because I think as the person like playing the video game and like holding the special sword, you are looking at your buddies and you're being like, no, you need me. I'm the one who can change the future. I'm the one who has the power here. So, I think what that moment is trying to do and what we're setting up is that we're going to get into this dramatic situation. A big fight is going to happen. And what we need to see now, what the game's story needs to prove is, and this is kind of in parlance with the theme that I talked about the last time we played this game, right? Of Shulk having to give up control, okay? So if I believe that a core virtue of this game, something that they are trying to prove, is that Shulk needs to sacrifice his control over what is going to happen, I think what we need to see here is we need to see that theme argued for and demonstrated here. So, Otheron needs to be saved, but he cannot be saved by Shulk. Shulk is the one with the extra power, the ability to see the future, blah, 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 blah. Otheron, I think, needs to be saved by Ryan maybe, but probably Sharla, you know, because it needs to be this. You need to have, I would almost do it. You have Shulk go like way out of his way to save Otheron, fail, and then like shockingly to Shulk, somebody else does save Otheron. You know what I mean? Probably Sharla, just because they have a pre-existing relationship. So, yeah, I think like that not only serves this dramatic moment that we're setting up now, but it also serves the overall theme that I was talking about before. And you need to see that reward when control is wrest away from Shulk. So that's what I think we're gonna see. Okay. I hate to do this to everybody because I know it's like I was just yapping and I'm sure we're in an exciting part of the game. I do have to take a bio break. I'm wondering if your perspective has changed on Ryan. You said a few streams ago that he was boring. I think people in the YouTube comments and on my stream are misunderstanding my perspective on Ryan. I understand I have a lot of Xenoblade super fans in the chat. I'm not trying to offend. I'm not trying to say he's not like an enjoyable character. I'm trying to say that I think in terms of in like a dramatic way, I'm not looking for Ryan to transform on this journey. You know what I mean? I think the role that he is playing is, I understand what it is, and I'm not looking for, I'm not like parsing his language for where his story is going to go yet. And I'm not saying that is bad or that makes him unenjoyable. I am saying that he's not flagging for me. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's on purpose and they're going to pull a little twist, or maybe something will happen later that changes his position as a character. But I like right now, all I'm saying is that like when people talk about when I talk about what is happening dramatically in the story, I am not looking at Ryan for the answer. You know what I'm saying? I see how Ryan is going to support and play a role in a lot of the drama that's happening around us, but I'm not looking at him to drive it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Who do you think the next party member character archetype is? I kind of need to see where we leave things off after this and what the party needs. We still need, what did I call it in the last video? We still need, Slippery Pete. We need Riku, of course. Yes, I am still looking for a Riku, for those wondering. I'm looking for Riku. The Kingdom Hearts Riku, of course. And I think like, I said this in the very first episode, and I still think it has a chance. I still think there's a chance we find this person, and I don't think it's Charla. I think it's a party member who is a woman who kind of reminds us of, oh, damn, it's been so long. Fiora, thank you, Fiora. I was like Flavio from Paper Mario. I kept saying Flavio, dude. Oh my god. Let me see. I wanted to say this since I saw the first VOD. Your prediction of Ryan wanting to get revenge and butting heads with Shulk. I wanted to say you'd be 100% right if the game stuck to the original Okay, wait, hold on. That feels like a spoiler. I feel like we're getting into spoiler territory. I'm trying to be clean. I feel like telling me stuff that was like behind the scenes. That's not how I play. Oh, nice. This is the note about following the moss. Remember that from earlier? Yeah, part of my philosophy when I like play games is that I'm not trying to get like trivia and behind the scenes. I'm trying to read the text, the thing, and I don't need anything more than the actual text to understand the text. So like that's research. That's not what I do. You know what I mean? Yeah, I appreciate wanting to give me insight, but I would prefer if when we're streaming.
We're best friends.
Thank you so much for the sub.
Right?
It's Trigario. What is up? Yeah, when we're streaming, I like to focus on what's in front of us, the game that we're playing, the experience we're having, and not trying to inform our idea of the game with outside research. Yeah, the same way that I would read a book or watch a movie. Hang, are we doing this? We're going down this elevator? Oh, chat, that's crazy. Going down an elevator? Okay, literature aside, we're putting literature aside for one moment. Oh, never mind, my mistake. I thought we were going down. I was about to say, if you, in a game, especially in a game like this, if you go down an elevator into like, what is this big area, you know. A boss fight. You know, buckle up. But no, elevator canceled, my mistake. I got ahead of myself. What is this? Jake, I think you misunderstand the true Monado. It's not a mystery, but a philosophy. Specifically, the concept of the monad from ancient Greek philosophy. Oh my god, dude, I hate this. I got a million YouTube comments like that, and every single one of them, I'm just like, why are you guys allergic to just like playing the game and having your own interpretation of things and like reading the text? Like people just like love trivia too much, dude. Like it's okay to just read a book and have a thought about it without being like, what was the author's intention? What is the answer? What did they mean? What is the you know, like just interact with the text. Okay, all right. I promise I'm not missing anything because I don't look up the Wikipedia page to Gnosticism.
Pit.
All right.
Where are they all? I don't see anyone.
Don't get ahead of yourself there, buddy.
We'll take that lift.
I'm ready to mash some mech on.
Yeah. Juju, Atharon, just hold on.
Wow, not only do we get an elevator, chat, we get a moment before to properly like signpost in a it's funny, signposting is like a thing in literature, but like signposting in a video game way about like what's about to happen, you know? Kind of funny. You could use this game as like a pretty decent tool to teach a writing class, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? They're obviously they're not paying me enough, but you know, you could. Wow, this is screaming big fight area. Oh my god. What do we have going on down here? Oh wow, this is huge. This is like damn, dude. It's like, this is what Area 0 in Pokemon like wishes it was. Oh wait, chat, you see way down? That's the Joker acid. That's where he dies. I've never seen this before. Ruroni Rockman. Oh god. Ruroni Rockman used 100 beats and said, replayed this area last night. I think I finally grasped something about a particular character's arc that I had initially not picked up on. These streams have pushed me to think a bit more about how this story plays out, so thanks for that. Ruroni Rockman, thank you so much. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for saying that. And thank you so much for the bits. Oh, that's money? They just gave me money to say that? Yo, Ruroni Rockman, let's go, dude. Throwing a little dollar Jakey boy's way. All right. All right, give me the good boy rocks. Come on. Nice, dude. Okay, something's happening here, by the way, and I don't bring up every single thing. I don't bring up every single thing I notice because I'm not a crazy person, but I just want to say that I do notice this for when it comes around. It appears that these mechanical people are interested in taking this resource, the whatever that is. I've been calling them good boy rocks. I want to say ether, but that doesn't feel right. So whatever. So there is a plot point in the mix here somewhere. It's not important to focus on it right now. Okay. Ether. Okay, good. Okay, we got it. Ether. Okay. I thought maybe ether was juice, but I guess this is a ether rock. So that's fine. Oh god. I'm going. Oh, wait, was this wrong? This appears to have been wrong. I want to go up. Damn. Now we wait. Hey, Shulk, why couldn't you just use your future sight to know we were supposed to go up, mate? Sorry, Ryan. It doesn't work like that. You wouldn't understand. Oh, this is special. Last elevator. Chat! Do you play this game on your own time off stream? No, I haven't yet. I thought I was going to when I started doing this, but people are so invested. I don't want to let them down. All right, here we go. All right, let's go. So I guess my only thing is like, how do you introduce the guy that we're gonna fight? Where's he gonna come from?
Gone.
Oh shit, blood stains. Oof.
Oh no.
Here at last. I've been getting hungry.
He flies in is the answer. Cool.
Look, isn't that?
It's the guy.
It's him, all right.
Yeah.
He's the one who took Juju.
Yeah. Oh, the music.
Juju and the others. Tell me where they are.
You want the brat? Well, he's right here.
Juju!
He's still alive, but don't think he will be for long. As for the others,
Dang, they're really teasing something here, dude. They're really teasing something here. Cause this is like, it's weaving together, right? You had Otheron kind of be like, they don't kill them immediately. I feel like Gado is still alive. And this is part of that same connective, you know what I mean? We're on the same thread here. Like Juju's hanging out there. It's like, why? Why, dude? What are they doing with him? He's alive now, but he won't be for long. Yeah, I don't know. It's something though.
well,
Getting into position.
just couldn't help myself. I ate them all up.
Do we believe him?
Welcome to our banquet hall. Tonight, the main
Why is this guy so funny?
will be you. And if I've still got room, the brat will make a tasty dessert.
Murderer!
I'm Zord, your host tonight.
Sword. So you have a name.
Very, did I say something about this last time? Him having an X in his name? Very Organization 13. Zord, dude. Yes? So do you think his name was Ord when he was a human? And then they made him into a mechon, and now they gave him the X in his name. Now he's Zord? Dude.
That's what they all say. Can't say that I remember it myself.
What's he talking about?
Oh yes, it's good to see fresh meat.
What does that mean? What does that mean? That's what they all say. Okay, so he reveals his name. Shulk is like, he's got a name. Ooh, and okay, that's what they all say. Like that's what they all say. They're surprised I have a name, or that's what they all say my name is. I don't really remember it myself. That's kind of interesting. It implies a former. It implies a previous. You know what I mean? It implies I don't really remember myself. So I think to me that this kind of hard confirms my running theory that there's like a person in there. That's how I feel, that this person has undergone some kind of transformation. You know? And now it's like, I've seen into the Matrix. I don't remember who I was. I've been, you know, I'm myself, but I'm not myself, but I've seen the truth. I am like, it's that kind of character. It's that kind of perspective. There's like some of me still in here, but I've given a lot of myself up to this machine. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, the game's continuing to do this thing I was talking about before, though, where it's like throwing this information in while the dramatic tension and like the dramatic storytelling is really high, to try to make it feel like it's not just doing exposition. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's part of this game's style, I think, is what we're learning.
The table. These colony folk just didn't fill me up.
Gado. The others.
Come on, boys! Dinner's ready!
Oh, enchanted. Oh, do we need to? Is she gonna start popping off?
I won't stop until I've scrapped each and every one of you.
Oh.
Get behind me!
Nice. All right, let's go.
Right, Shala! We are Homs. And we won't just stand here, waiting to be eaten.
Okay. Shulk, you didn't have to make it a race thing, but okay. All right.
Monardo, do you think that thing can get me?
Oh, right, I forgot about that. No, it's not gonna work, Shulk, you idiot.
I'm not metal face. You'll have to try harder.
It's the same as before. The Monardo's useless against this guy.
Why did he say? Okay, I'm glad we have a pause. I wonder why he said I'm not Metal Face. Cause didn't it not work against Metal Face too? Or am I misremembering? Oh, damn, wrong one. What's happening? What's happening? All right, it seems like we did. It seems like we did well enough to move on. Okay.
We'll never get to Juju at this rate.
Okay, I thought I was doing
Got to think
fine.
of something. Huh?
Where did you come from?
Oh God.
Feeling hungry, huh?
It did not go well when Fiora was in one of those.
Chew on this, scrap for brains.
Whoa.
Boy, now's your chance. Save Juju.
Atharon! Don't do it!
But that's not how Atharon dies. So,
Hurry up.
At this rate, even if we save Juju,
Mm-hmm,
Atharon's gonna be...
You see a vision you don't like? We'll change the future together.
it's happening. Chad, it's happening. Together, Shulk. Shulk, don't make it be all about you. Don't. Shulk, do not run off on your own right now. Shulk! Say something to someone else. Shulk! Stop it, Shulk!
That's it!
No, it's not it!
Right! You grab Juju!
Shulk! What are you doing?
Oh, I don't like this strat. I think Shulk might be making a mistake. Okay, and we'll see.
Oh man, you think you can stop me? No, I don't.
Yeah, I think he knows the sacrifice he's making. I think he knows. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait, this kind of seems like where it happened. It feels like it's happening right now.
Body of yours can withstand an ether river.
Juju! Wake up!
Charlotte, leave the rest to us.
Wow, Charlotte's sidelined.
Hang in there, you old fool!
Fall, you damn machine!
Wow, I'm surprised this is happening already.
Atharon! Hold on!
Oh my god, good thing Shulk knew how to operate this thing.
What a shot!
Boy,
We can change our destinies. Atharon, you won't die here.
Ugh.
Not today.
Shulk, you gotta let go, buddy.
you cannot defeat me!
Get out of there! Quick! It's giving way!
He's gonna...
It won't be long now, my friends. But not before. Gado! This is for you. This is for the people of Colony 6.
But this isn't supposed to happen. Atharon!
Where's Ryan? Give me eyes on Ryan. Eyes on Ryan.
I'll see you before long.
Oh, maybe he's just dead. Okay, alright. Cool.
That was close.
See, Shulk? See?
You wanna hurry up?
Do you understand now, Shulk?
My arm's about ready to drop off.
Thank you.
Save the thanks for Shulk and his vision. As soon as I saw an ether river, I knew this had to be the place.
Cool. Yeah, okay. Nice.
Juju, you're safe now.
What did I tell you? You and me can make anything happen.
There it is.
You were right.
Wow.
A boy who can change the future. I stand corrected, young man. You've done a great deed here today.
I didn't really do anything. I couldn't have done it without you guys.
Lesson learned.
Your vision saved me. But what of the others? What happened to Gaddo? I see. Shala, take this. Gaddo would have wanted you to have it.
Time to head back to the camp.
We'll need to get Juju some medical attention.
There's a freight elevator on the next level. From there, it's an easy route out of the mine. As long as it's working.
We'll know that when we get on it.
You make me laugh.
Well, I'm right, ain't I?
You're absolutely right. We need to move on and stop worrying about every little thing. Come on, guys.
So people in chat like this. People in chat are clapping. Wow, people in chat are clapping. People like this. Hey, chat, tell me what you like about this. Tell me why this is landing for you. Why is this working? What's going on here? What's hitting for people? I'm a little underwhelmed. Like the action. The power of friendship. Ryan the goat. Yeah. Were people, like, when you played this game, were you really surprised that Ryan came in here and made the save? He changed the future. Yeah, not the strongest plot. I think it's Ryan stepping up. Yeah, Shulk learned a good lesson. I liked Charlotte getting Godot's rifle. We're just clapping as you beat the boss. Okay, all right. First time the team came together. Okay. Oh, some people saying this is a weak part of the game. I don't think it's weak. I think it's a little like there was a lot of build up, and the robot just kind of like went into I needed like 6 to 8 more sentences from the big robot before he died in the pool, I think. Like, to me, it was like he was getting set up to really like reveal some big things about this game. And it's like kind of crazy to me that they just were like, and he's like gone now. Yeah, I don't know. This was an awfully big to-do getting down here, just so like the thing that anybody could have like told you was gonna happen would happen, and he would, you know what I mean? Very like Star Wars, him going into the lava. So I don't know. I'm a little like. Now, then again, that does bring up the point that maybe, like Star Wars, he's gonna go into the lava and emerge a little messed up, and he's gonna come back mad. But like how many more hours of gaming do I have to do before I get that? You know what I mean? I don't know, chat. Something's missing. Something is missing from this moment, I think. Oh yeah, give me that Godot's rifle. Give me that Godot's rifle. Oh, my mistake. All right. Godot. Yeah. We saw Shulk change the future and get a different outcome. I guess I get that. I think to me, the reason why that's not super impactful is because I just kind of figure that's like where the story has to go. Like we have to see those things. And I just thought like the us seeing the future get changed was like a little passive in a way. It was a little like, I don't know. It was pretty much what I said, right? About how like, I'm like forgetting if I even said this. Did I say like somebody else had to save Otheron and it needed to not be Shulk? Because that's kind of what I was thinking the whole time. And yeah, I did say that. Okay. Yeah, I guess I just wanted a little bit more. You said it would be Charlotte. That's true. I did think it was going to be Charlotte. I was surprised that they sidelined her to go hang out with Juju, and it was Ryan. But I guess I understand why that was the case, because it's like, it was about the greater moment was trying to speak to, like, who Shulk put his, like, trust into, and it made more sense to give that to, like, the stronger friend relationship. I don't know. I get it. I guess I'm just like a little like, this was such a to-do coming down here. Like we just kind of like we saved, I don't know, like we just kind of saved Juju. Like, okay, like we came down, we fought that. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I needed a you know what it's missing, chat? You know what's missing? We're missing the revelation. We're missing the thing that like is the paradigm shift of thinking about the story in the game. That's what we're missing. We're missing some juice. Like the moment was fine. It like fulfilled its purpose for sure, but we didn't get the like, oh, now our perspective on the world is different. You know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, and now we're done. Now it's over. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here soon. I think we're gonna wrap it up here soon for the day. Dang.
Good. Works perfectly.
You see? What did I say?
We're all impressed.
Is there something with Juju here that's gonna surprise me? Has he been infected by the virus?
Hey, why have we stopped?
Music.
I don't know, but I think we're about to find out.
Not him again.
This one doesn't give up.
Okay, I actually think that this is a bigger moment than the game is playing it right now. They just kind of gave him the music that he's always had, and then he shows up, and they're like, this guy never gives up. It's like, no, this is like shocking that he is here right now and bad. Okay, like they should have been like, if you were gonna drop an F-bomb, like now would be the time. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's funny. I guess we could probably like really hurt him now. Oh, he ain't talking. He did not say a word. Weird. Something's going on. Oh, he's mad. He's mad. Oh, he's screaming, chat. He is not doing well. Ooh. He's kind of freaking me out a little. Ooh. Oh my god, just it's too much. It's too. Oh my god. Oh, let's get him. Oh no, don't have to do it. Dang, dude. Brother is suffering. This feels bad. So they must actually be eating people, because he's like really laying into the num 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 hungry. Like they must. I've been kind of thinking this whole time that was a lie. Now I think it's real.
Did we get him?
Ew. See, there's like somebody breathing in there.
You beat me without even releasing the
the true power of the Monado.
True power?
I
What do you know about the Monado?
Sorry, boy. I can't tell you that. You'll have to find out the truth on your own.
The truth?
When I became what you see now, that's when my eyes were opened. It was a good ride while it lasted.
When you became like this? What do you mean?
Time's up, Pipsqueak. I'm gone!
Sword! Get back!
It kind of seems like he could have killed them all right there by blowing up. I don't know why he pushed himself over the edge. There's the lie you were missing. Okay. All right. In my defense, I think it shows that my instincts were right. In my defense. All right. I know I was poo-pooing, but that is pretty much what I was asking for. Man, it's raining out here.
We smashed that bronze idiot.
Never mind.
Now the people of Colony 6 can rest in peace.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Are you okay?
Shala,
I thank the stars you're all right.
Shala.
where are we?
Just outside Colony 6. Thanks to Shulk and Ryan, we destroyed that thing. But not
Juju,
everyone
get your
wanted it.
head out of there. His face is right in there, dude.
I'm so sorry. Shulk, Ryan, I didn't mean to cause any more trouble running off like that.
Well, you did.
About it, kid. We settled the score.
Thanks.
Yes. But there's still no sign of that Mekon with the metal face. He's the one we're really after.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right, Shulk.
Hope I'm not interrupting.
Bro is back.
It's him!
Wait.
Metal face!
Why did they do that? There's one we're really after. Yeah, I'm here. Like, that was so stupid. I don't know. He was like waiting for his line to be like, that's my cue. You know, oh my god, dude. That's what a little freak. What is happening?
Just him! A whole bunch! And tons of them look like Zord!
No, I don't want to do this. No.
Pathetic. After all that talk, Zord was crushed by worthless maggots like you.
Oh, this one can talk and all.
I can talk all right. And I got a good memory. Fiora, get out of there! Get out!
I would not do that if I were you. Shulk is one little nudgy poo away from going sicko mode. That, I don't know if I would do that if I was you, brother. I think that is going to yield some consequences. Thank you for the follow. I think somebody is about to, oh no. Here's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Shulk to go crazy right now. I'm expecting a full-on, like, we are yelling, we are screaming, how could you say that? Shut up, Fiora! And like, rah. And then maybe new Monado power, you know what I mean? Fueled by his anger. Give him like the purple one in Smash Brothers, because I feel like that one, the damage goes up or something. So maybe something like that. Yeah, that comment from this guy, that is not good. That is like the that's like a trigger, you know what I mean? Let's see it, baby. Let's see it. Let's go.
Screams were music to my ears. My claws slid right through her soft flesh. Like a hot knife through butter.
Talk all you want. Because those words will be your last!
The Monado! Yeah, it's been a while.
Fingies!
But you should know by now, the Monado can't stop me!
Shulk!
I'm gonna...
Any way you slice it, the Monado ain't gonna work, boy. Didn't work then, won't work now.
Okay, this is what I was saying earlier when he tried to use his Monado on Zord, and Zord was like, I'm not Metal Face. I was like, well, no, the Monado didn't work on Metal Face either. So I'm not, I don't know.
Now, time to cut you down to size.
Dude, they love this guy's fingies. Dixon!
Nice.
Now, let him have it, beast.
This is what we're doing now? This is interesting. There is no universe where I told you this was the next beat. No universe. I would never have said this, that this is when... I really don't know where we're going with this. So, yeah, okay. I'm really curious where we leave off at the end of this scene.
Dunban!
How did you... Sorry to have kept you.
Oh my god.
Just in time.
This whole character is literally just... They want people to be horny for Dunban, alright? Chat, can I consult? Can I consult who we should have in the party? Does it matter? Do we care? First thing I want to point out, though. Dunban, level 24. Dixon, level 30. Dude. This whole game, this could be called Xenoblade Chronicles, The Secrets of Dixon. I'm telling you. No, it has been a hot minute since I have seen a character charged with secrets. Sus, dude. He has more experience. Simple. But what was he doing? Where did he get all that experience? Sus. Okay, I'm glad chat agrees with me. All right, I say, listen, I kind of want them both, so I say we put them in. I say we just swap them in here. We just get them going. We tell Ryan to sit down. We tell Charlotte to sit down. We've got Dixon, or Dunban, the bravery. And dude, okay. So you're telling me Shulk has this little integrity thing. Dunban has this little bravery thing. Ryan has this little spirit. And Charlotte has devotion. And what is Dixon? But clouded in secrecy. Nothing. No title. What's going on? I don't like him. I don't like him, chat. I don't trust him, and I don't like him. They're hiding something about this man. And I think some people are trying to throw me off the scent, if I'm being honest. I think some people are trying to play it cool, but I caught it. You can't convince me otherwise. I caught it. Oh my god. Dunban. Wow, so Dunban's just a full party member. He's got all the... Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Where's Dixon's? Where's Dixon's? Not in the party. Dude, he doesn't have one of these menus. What is this? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No. Something fishy. Fishy. I tell you. I'm telling you, chat. Oh, God. I hit this one that's already kind of dead. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're moving on. I made a mistake. Oh, wait a second. Okay. I'm happy with that. The minions. Okay, we're good. We're good.
There's no end to them.
Why is everybody saying
Where are
Blossom
they coming
Dance?
from?
I can take the smaller ones, but the rest will be like fighting Zord over and over.
If only the Monado would work on these things.
How are we gonna get out of
Focus,
this?
Shulk.
Look out!
Rhine!
Look at you all.
I'm genuinely
Brain.
like lost.
Let it, Grandpa.
Okay.
Running out of ideas here.
You may be able to block a projectile, but let's see if you can block this!
Tell me, how does it feel to be such a pathetic hero?
That was personal. That was personal. That implied that was a very specific line. That was a very specifically choreographed moment to deploy Dunban in that moment, give him that moment in the spotlight, and have the metal face respond to him in that way, and to do commentary about him being a hero. So if we think about our tools, right? Or so earlier when we were talking about the scenario, the dramatic scenario that we were in, right? I'm trying to think, like, who do we know? Who do we know? I'm a little confused because we don't. I'm trying to. Man, I almost want to go back to the very beginning of the game and see, like, do I know anything about, like, people that Dunban has, like, a personal relationship with? Did he, like, say, like, when we see him having that conversation with, like, Fiora when he's, like, in the bed or whatever? I'm like, man, what did they talk about? Like, what was in that? Like, there's something that I'm like. Dick, I know, but Dixon's, like, in that scene. So the lines that I'm trying to connect right now is, I'm like, if we take what we learned from Zord, there was a before. There was an identity that he inhabited before everybody says my name is Zord, but I don't remember. Who had, you know what I mean? There's like something there that I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe we just need some Dunban backstory. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe I need some, like, Dunban story time. Like, I don't know. Maybe this game will go to I mean, we do have the Monado, so we have, like, a time travel device. I wonder if, like, if we're gonna, you know, so far we've only seen the future. I wonder if I can get a look at somebody's past and that will reveal stuff to us with the Monado. That'd be interesting. Man, I kind of thought I could piece this together if I stopped and I thought about it, but maybe I can't. Maybe I'm trying too hard to make something happen. Shit. That was just such a specific moment. Like, I totally understand why you would deploy that moment like that. I'm just having a hard time putting it together. Ah, damn. All right. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really thinking. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I thought I had something, and I ended up just making you all look at me, stare at my notebook, and think to myself, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's move on. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
You okay, Dunban?
Oh, does it hurt? I bet it does. It hurts because the Monado won't work for a bunch of losers like you.
What are you?
Save it. I ain't interested. You little maggots need to learn when you've been stepped on.
Dang, dude, it's what I said. It's literally what I said. Who are you? Or, you know, it's like, nope, not talking about that. Yeah, something's going on. Fishy!
Everyone, fall back now!
Thank you for the follow.
Change a thing. I'm gonna wipe you out once and for all.
How are we getting out of this?
Now's our chance!
You'll pay for that. How are you?
We must be outside the tower.
Welcome, true heir to the Monado.
Father!
Weak and pathetic.
What or who are you? You will pay for what you've done! You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora! Another one.
Enough of this. You got lucky, brat. Next time, your head is mine.
You're not getting away! Get back here! Shoot! Ryan, let it go!
You've got to be kidding! He's the one who killed Fiora!
Wow, this is a good scene. This is a great scene.
We'll get another chance.
I'll talk about it in a second. This is a great scene.
Fine. That thing saved us. Whatever it was.
Tricky. Very tricky stuff.
You did
Flying
well.
weirdo.
But what of the boy?
Ah! It's Riku! That's literally Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Riku. This is the same person. This is the same character. This is literally the man. This is the man at a different angle. Chat. What is this? This is insane. Okay, you know what? All right, I'll be honest. I think that chat in the comments, sometimes they do a pretty bad job at keeping it together when I call something out. I think everybody kept it together pretty well about this. I've been screaming about Riku, and there's literally a dog that looks exactly like Riku in this game. Damn, dude. Sneaky, chat. God, this is. I had so much to say about the scene, and I got completely sidetracked. I got completely sidetracked by our silver hair boy. Oh my God, dude. Oh man. This is crazy. Okay, so clearly, Dog is gonna have some answers about this world that we need to know. He's gonna know a little bit about the darkness, if you will. The darkness, of course, in this game being the Mechon. He's gonna know something about them, okay? And he even successfully deployed this creature, the telephone, whatever it's called, and against the Mechon at a critical juncture. Listen, we have seen nothing from this character. But we have already seen how they are going to be able to perform as a Riku, okay? Because what does Shulk have? What does Shulk get access to because of the I almost said the Keyblade because of the Monado, right? Awareness. Shulk is gifted knowledge, awareness. What is this person going to demonstrate to us that they have? Sans Monado. I think awareness. I think knowledge, knowing. Okay? Even seeing this little tableau, this little vignette of who this person is, and being able to at an all hope is lost moment, save our main cast. That's a cool emoji. Dude, I'm willing to say I'm like 99% certain at some point in this game this dude is picking up the Monado and using it. I'm like 99% sure. Damn. All right.
Ah. Well then, there is much to be done.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Oh my God, so much happened in that scene. Dear God. Okay, really cool. So, there might be more. There might be more. Maybe we got to keep it going. Maybe let me see. Let me see what happens after we save here. Yeah, there's some trickery in that scene that I really like. Yeah, some pooling some. Yeah. Okay.
Nice to see you, Dixon.
It's been a while, Grandpa. 1 year, if my memory hasn't left me. Good to see you haven't kicked the bucket.
Put a sock in it.
Wait. Dixon. Dunban. You're the heroes who risked your lives a year ago in the battle to defend the colonies.
Why would... Oh, God. Ugh. I gotta go back. And watch that prologue. I'm missing something, chat. Oh, God. There's something in that prologue that I feel like would be so obvious to me if I watched it now. I feel like a big idiot. Oh, my fucking God, dude. Oh, all right. Oh, man. Okay.
What's a pretty young lady like you doing hanging around with this bunch of slackers?
Gross.
Dunban, Dixon. Thanks for helping out back there.
I don't believe we did anything.
He's right. Save your thanks for that giant bird.
What was that thing?
A Telethia. A mystical beast that protects the sleeping Bionis. Though I've never heard of one ever venturing down to where us Homs live. Strange.
A Telethia? So that's what it's called.
A mystical beast that protects the Bionis.
So, what's your plan from here? Follow that metal-faced...
Could I throw a dart? May I throw a dart? I would like to throw a dart, if I may. Gummy says no. Gummy says no. Gummy says no dart. Okay. No dart. No dart. Sorry, chat.
What else? He's gonna pay for what he did to Fiora.
Well then, there's only one place he'd go. Galahad Fortress in Sword Valley. A year ago, those things were building a...
Okay. All right, so that was an interesting framing of the Telethia, right? What they tell us, what is important to tell us, the positioning in terms of... Like, I was looking for specific information about what those creatures are, and I think instead it was like they positioned the Telethia in a parallel role as kind of like the Mechon with the Mechonis, you know what I'm saying? And I think that there is like this, oh, they serve the Bionis, these things serve the Mechonis, and I think like my overarching theory for a lot of this stuff is that there is a human component to the Mechon people. I think that there's some humanity in there somehow. And I think what's going on here with the Telethia is that there's going to be, they're being positioned right now as like they're not humans, but I think that there's like something human about them. If I had to guess, just because of how they look and how they're stylized, they kind of feel like they're like, I don't know, something about the ether infecting like a class or a culture of people, and then they turn into those things. I don't know. But I think like I'm starting to think that it's just like all humans. Like everyone is humans actually. Like, and that there's like this binary in the world, and they see things through the lens of Bionis versus Mechonis, and it's like, actually, that's just all fake, dude. That's just all completely made up. So that's kind of where that's the direction I'm sniffing in, I think.
Huge fortress, right in the valley. Tactically, it's an excellent location to launch attacks from. I feel there's a strong chance they've now finished building it.
Mechon land, if you will.
That would explain why both colonies were attacked recently.
Sword Valley, the very place where we made our last stand 1 year ago.
So it's settled. Bash down a fortress and smash some metal brains.
Easy, Ryan. Shulk? There's somewhere else I need to go first.
Well, what could be more important than... Wait, you saw another one.
Saw what? What are you on about?
Yeah, I want to talk about this. Oh, I'm so glad they're letting us see some stuff again. Oh, nope, they're not. Okay.
Pretty handy. Well, out with it. What do you see?
Weird. That was a weird cut.
Somewhere very high up. I was fighting at the peak of a huge tower. Fighting Metalface. I heard a voice. And then the Monado's power was unleashed. His armor instantly gave way. The Monado doesn't work on Metalface at the moment. But if that vision comes true...
A tower, huh? Doesn't give us much to go on.
Can you remember anything else from your vision?
Yeah, the giant man.
I remember a huge horn. That's it. As I fought Metalface, I could see the Bionis head.
Prison Island.
Prison Island?
I've never been. But I've heard of a black tower at the head of the Bionis.
I am not falling for it. I want you to know, I want you, chat, to know that I am not falling for it. The game might, Shulk might. I'm on a path right now. I have to fall for it, but know that I know that this is a trap. Okay? I am not stupid. Okay? Jake, the game player, understands that Dixon going, maybe we need to go to Prison Island is a dumb idea that I would not personally do. Just know.
They say it was built by the ancient High Entia race.
The High Entia are real. I thought they were a myth.
What is the thing called? What is the Tele thing called? Tele what? Telethia. And these are High Entia? Do they think I'm stupid? I'm okay. So lock it in. Lock in what I said. These are the Telethias are the High Enthias that bathe in the Lazarus pit of ether juice. Lock it in.
I wouldn't blame you, son. An ancient race living at the top of the Bionis.
Lock it in.
It does.
Thank you for the follow.
Crazy. But Bionis is home to all kinds of different people, not just us. That includes the High Entia.
The High Entia, huh? I dismiss them as folklore as well.
Never assume anything. Seeing is
Dixon's got all the answers.
Have you ever met one?
Well, yeah.
Wow. Dixon, man, you're just full of surprises.
Bro. these people are so stupid. These people are so stupid. They're so stupid. All right. We're gonna meet okay, so the Telethia. What do we know about the Telethia? Literally nothing. Literally nothing. They flew around in the sky and they had some laser finger powers, whatever. Okay. We're gonna meet these high Entia people, and they're gonna have giant wings. They're gonna have giant wings on their backs. Okay? And they're going to be able to fly around and stuff. And the game is going to be like, you're too stupid. You're too stupid to figure out that these two things are related. And I am not too stupid. But make your notes, okay? All right.
Hey, I'm well traveled. And it's all for your future. Day and night I've searched for new lands, met new cultures, and gained knowledge for our people. The life of a wandering old fool. A lonely one at that.
This is a bit.
Stop your whining.
This is a bit. He's performing.
You do it 'cause you enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't believe that, man.
Make a tidy profit.
Yeah, I don't believe anything you say, Dixon.
Dumb man.
Well then, Shulk.
More like dumb ban, am I right?
Head there.
There are alternatives. We could abandon the colonies, find a place the Mechon will not discover and live in secret.
I
Wow.
realized something when we were fighting Zord. Wherever we go, they'll follow.
What a crazy thing for Dunban to be like, we could fuck off. Like, have you considered that? We could. Like, what if we just... I don't know.
We can't run from these things. We must fight on.
I see. Then I am obliged to join you.
You want to come with us?
Scared I'll get hurt?
Okay, I'm sorry. This is a spoiler. I just would like to know. I just want a yes or no. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Are there other party members in this game? Will I get at least one more new character that I have not met joining the party after Dunban and Dixon? Okay, good. I was trying to place. Okay. I was trying to place like kind of like what we were doing. I just wanted to make sure. I thought for a second maybe I really misunderstood what was happening in this game. So okay, good to know. Thank you.
We know you're stronger than anything. Right, Ryan?
You bet.
I've recovered a great deal since we last met. And that miserly old coot over there made me this. Sharp, light, perfect for cutting through steel.
Oh, the sword.
Show me
I was
Mechon and I'll slice it in two. I might not be in peak condition, but I'm useful.
I can't thank you enough.
We're in it together now.
You can count on us, Dunban.
Miserly old coot. That sword is forged from Mechon armor. It's worth every penny.
Interesting. That'll come back.
If you want to go to the Bionis head, you'll need a guide to get to the upper regions.
We're at the bottom, so I guess the only way to go is up.
Right. But we'll need to go up the lower back first.
The lower back?
Colony 6 is right at the top of the Bionis leg. So we'll have to head around the waist. Through a place called Sartol Marsh. Follow me.
I had my first kiss around the lower back. I know the region well. Man, this is fun. This is a fun game. Wow. Okay, so that was like a big turning point. That was like a chapter closer. So okay, so let me talk a little bit. Let me talk a little bit about why I liked that scene and how that went, because I thought I was going the direction of not liking it, and I think it kind of saved itself, but it felt like that scene took a strategy of confronting the player with so much information and action at the same time that it was hard to know what you were supposed to be focused on. You know what I mean? It was like they're pushing you in like 6 different directions at once. It was like there's kind of this funny thing that happened where, but not only that, I think that also distracted from some of the contrivances of that scene. So is it like super convenient that we are done with like the level of the game, and then like Metalface just shows up and says, "Nya, nya, nya, I'm here to tell you some information," and then leave. Like, that is stupid. You know what I mean? That's author's thumb. That's somebody pressing down on the text because they need to give you, the player, information. And normally I would be like, oh, hacky. But the way that they do that scene, by the end of it, nobody is thinking about when Metalface first showed up, because it doesn't stop there. It escalates and escalates and it escalates, and there's emotional weight, there's intellectual curiosity. They bring in the biggest like little future sight glimpse that we've ever gotten. Yeah, it's I mean, you were under a town the Mechon had taken over. Why wouldn't more of them show up? Okay, so T-Stam, you're confusing. What you're trying to do is you're trying to tell me that my sense of the pacing of the drama doesn't matter because you can intellectualize and you can reason and rationalize why the thing happened. Okay, that I get what you're trying to do. I get how you're trying to like address what I'm saying right now. But what I am saying is that like I talk about this a lot when I stream Pokemon games. It's like, oh, I finish a gym and then the character is like waiting for me outside the gym that kind of like pushes me into the next part of the game. That's effectively what happened here. And I think like in a dramatic sense, to defeat a boss, to emerge from a level, to we say like, what does saving Juju have to do with Metalface coming back and confronting us? You know what I mean? Emerging from the mines. These are disparate elements that don't really have anything. The dramatic tension of them has nothing to do with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like the reason that they are next to each other is because we're going into the next part of the game, not because they are necessarily like emotionally connected to each other. And I understand that anybody could hear what I'm saying right now and be like, well, actually, Jake, they are, because it's all part of Shulk's journey. You know what I mean? Like, we could stand here and go back and forth on this as much as we want. But what I'm saying is that it was convenient that Shulk said, we gotta remember Metalface, and then literally the next sentence was Metalface showing up, not 5 minutes later, not 10 minutes later, not an hour later, 2 seconds later. He goes, I'm here! And like, that is so convenient. And we are given just enough time to have a little battle and then get some information out of him that maybe we don't understand the full value of. We are given just enough time to prompt a future sight moment, and then what happens? To get us out of the moment, another contrivance, a convenience, a pressing of the thumb. We need this. We need Shulk and the gang to get out of this moment. Deploy the Telethia. Deploy the Telethia, deploy this thing that they have never heard of, nobody has ever spoken about, this way of combating these unstoppable machines that we have not set up before this moment. But it is okay, and it works. Because they over-encumber us with so much juicy information. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody is getting, because here's the thing. Yeah, I see people referencing like a Deus Ex Machina. It's kind of that. Yeah, it's kind of that. I think that's a very specific term, and it refers to like a very specific thing, not to go like full teacher mode, but whatever. The real, all art is performed. And there is like the sequence of what's happening. There is the blueprint of what's happening. And then there is the performance of it happening, right? With the lines that are said, with the music, with how long moments are given to breathe, what moments are given more time, what moments are given less time. And I think like why this moment works is because they say, all right, deploy Shulk's longest and most intense vision of the future. Deploy that now. Deploy this little detail that's gonna make you think a little bit about Dunban. Deploy this detail about the metal face thing. Deploy, like they're going boom, 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 boom. And I think that there are so many interesting things happening in that scene. Even there being a weakness to the Mechon, maybe, that nobody talks about really. Like, I don't think anybody would get to the end of that scene and be like, well, that was a little forced. Because they're distracting you successfully, I think. Yeah. I think what you're saying is that fiction is an art and plot is very particularly designed. Yeah, so yes, plot is very particularly designed, but I actually think what they do here goes beyond plot. If it, like, they are using style to support a structure, an element of the structure that I think is maybe a little weaker. They are coming in with a lot of stuff to support a weaker structural point in the story. And transitions are hard, especially in stuff like this, right? Where it's not like an episode of TV where, you know, every single person is stopping at the same point. You have to propel your player into the next thing. While also kind of like settling up on the last thing. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's really well done. I think it's a, if this was like a script I was working on and it was in development, right? And all I had to go off of was like a rough draft of the script. I think I would look at this moment and I would be like, I don't know about this, brother. You know, I think I would look at this moment and I would be like, interesting. We are, what's important to you is, I think, what I would maybe ask the person who was writing this. And I think I think part of how this moment is designed is that they are kind of trying to obfuscate what is important to them, and they want you to be mostly caught up in dramatic tension and intellectual curiosity. They're using intellectual curiosity as a tool, which I think is really good, because I think a lot of bad mysteries, we were talking about good mysteries, the opposite of confusion. I think a lot of bad mysteries, they just do this like puzzle box thing where there is no way to figure out the answer until they pretty much tell you or introduce an element that you didn't even know was there. And I think that this game's doing a good job of being like, no, there are consistent pieces here that you can pick up and put together. And like, when you go back, you're going to see all of these things, all of these puzzle pieces and how they fit into the whole, instead of being like, oh, we were really waiting until episode 4 where it introduced this character that we didn't even know existed, and turns out they're just the answer to everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I hope everybody can, I know a lot of super fans here, and I know people start to feel a certain way when they feel like somebody that they're watching is maybe criticizing a thing that they like. And I'm not trying to come in here and say that it's bad, or that thing you like is bad, or you should feel bad, or any of that. But I do hope that we can all zoom out just a tiny little bit and see the mechanics of this moment, of what they're trying to do to the player, how they're trying to get you to shift your focus on the next goal, the next part, and how that is, it's clunky, right? It's a little clunky because it needs to be. It needs to be like, yeah, I don't know. I think, I don't know. This is, yeah. My thing with YouTube is that I think a lot of people are trying to like teach me things that I didn't ask people to teach me. I get a lot of comments that are like, oh, Jake, you would appreciate this moment more if you read this Wikipedia page about stoicism. And I'm like, why do you want that? Like, why do you want that? This is me. This is my reaction. Like, could you imagine if, like, you were in school and you were reading like The Great Gatsby, and they were like, hey, this is a great piece of art, but the truth is, there's a couple of like historical Wikipedia pages that you should really pick up before you could really appreciate the, like, dude, I don't know. People are weird. People are weird. I think I'm getting a lot out of this text before looking up Wikipedia pages. I just think, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know, Jake, in the Japanese version, it's actually translated differently in that I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, oh man. Man, so many things happened there. So many interesting, like, chat, can I go to the title screen and watch that cutscene again? I feel like I really want a good look at that flashback. I want to see some of those scenes, dude. It really got me. I was interested in it. Am I already up to chapter 6 of this game? Wait, why are people saying don't rewatch it? Don't rewatch this? Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, chat. I'm doing it.
Where are they coming from?
I can take the smaller ones.
Running out of ideas here.
I gotta tell you, even calling Dixon Grandpa, that's flagging to me now. Because I think like Dunban or somebody calls him Grandpa in the next scene. You know?
You may be able to block a projectile, but let's see if you can block this!
Or, maybe he calls somebody Grandpa. I don't know. But again, we're like using it colloquially. You know what I mean? Otheron calls him. I thought maybe he called Otheron Grandpa. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought.
Tell me, how does it feel to be such a pathetic hero?
Oh, I still feel the same way about that moment. I still feel the same way.
Oh, does it hurt?
Dude, nice little detail there. When he gets pushed back, Dunban's messed up arm, you can see it going. That was a nice little detail.
I bet it does. It hurts because the Monado won't work for a bunch of losers.
Oh, and that's what he's talking about in that moment. Wow, that's crazy. See, that's something that I didn't quite pick up the first time, is that he's like directly referencing, I think, Dunban using the Monado and being like, it won't work for you. It won't work for you. Look at you. I bet it hurts. It didn't work for you. Remember that? That's crazy. POV shot, dude. Damn, those things are crazy. Give me a Telethia in the party. Oh, here we go. This is what I want to see. Here we go.
You'll pay for that. How are you?
Okay, something I am genuinely confused about are like the rules and when the game is aware of Shulk being able to do damage with the Monado to the Mechon. That's something that I'm a little confused about. It feels like sometimes the game is like, you can't hurt him with the Monado, but sometimes we see him hurt them with the Monado, but they don't like acknowledge it. He's just brute forcing it. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little confused about like how the game wants me to, when they're toppled, he can hurt them. Sheer will. Okay. I kind of see what you're saying. Chat. It kind of feels like the game does not acknowledge these moments happen later when they're talking. Oh, okay, I'll get it later. Okay, appreciate it. I guess I just wish somebody in a cutscene or something was like, I was kind of hurting the Mechon. Did you see? The Monado, it was kind of working. Like, I just wish somebody like said that once or something. Yeah.
We must be outside.
Okay, so there's the tower. Oh, interesting. Somebody's voice there. Lady voice. Welcome, true heir to the Monado. Dude, look at this guy. This is crazy, dude. This is crazy.
True heir to the Monado.
Honestly, this is the most interested I am in anything, is meeting Big Boy. All right, that big boys. Yeah, that pulls me in. I love this. We got some ladies. We got some king.
Weak and pathetic.
Metal face.
What? Or who are you?
Dunban, some little
You
girl.
will pay for what you've done.
Okay. Really pushed him back there, big time.
You will know the pain and suffering you caused the Emperor and Fiora.
All right, so we can assume the Emperor is dead, I would say. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Was that a human? Was that a human hand? Wait a second, chat. You were trying to hide this from me. You were trying to keep me in the dark. You didn't want me to see. But I saw a little human hand underneath the mecha, and I did. I saw it. I saw it. You can't stop me. I saw it. Okay. All right. Vindicating. Vindicating. Extremely vindicating. Extremely vindicating. Extremely vindicating. All right. All right. It's all coming together. It's all coming together, chat. Okay. There is a human element at play. There's a human element at play.
You got lucky, brat. Next time, your head is mine.
Shoot! Ryan, let it go!
Yeah, you idiots.
You've got to be kidding! He's the one who killed Fiora!
Know your limits. We'll get another chance.
Okay, I like deploying that line there. He's the one who killed Fiora, just as a reminder to the audience. Like that's what this is all about. That's the emotional stakes here. That's why we're involved in this. It's like, don't let you forget. He's the one that killed Fiora. That's like that's our really a huge part of what is pushing us here, right? Okay, I'm glad I caught that, because I think that was like the last shot of the vision, and I think we were supposed to have caught that, so I'm glad I went back and I saw it. I'm cooking a little theory, but it's like really crazy. And I think I need another day of playing before I go really in on that theory. But it revolves around my Kingdom Hearts knowledge, and if we take Shulk to be Sora, then there simply must be like a Roxas character, you know? Because there's some interesting stuff happening where I was like, oh, everybody, I think all of these different elements in the game, there's like secretly kind of like a human behind them or beneath them, and I'm wondering now if like Shulk, somebody who we assume is like a human, you know, just like a total normie human, because of that weird like origin where he's in the Fortress of Solitude. I wonder if there's a like a little, you know, and his ability to use the Monado. I wonder if there's like a little robot inside of Shulk somehow. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because you know so for the people who don't know who Roxas is, so the idea is that there's this dude. So like in Kingdom Hearts, the only reason that Sora is able whatever. I'm making this Kingdom Hearts heads. I need the Kingdom Hearts heads to just be like, oh, actually, Jake, there's all this. I'm trying to keep it simple and clean. The only reason that Sora is like able to really wield the Keyblade is because inside of his heart, he is holding the heart of a Keyblade wielder, okay? Who got hurt years and years ago and found refuge inside of Sora's heart, okay? So Sora is able to use this special weapon because he's actually got somebody who can use the weapon kind of up inside of him, okay? And now later in Kingdom Hearts 1, when Sora gets defeated, all right, Sora gets struck down, he gets turned into a Heartless, but he also gets he gets split into like these two things. There's also this thing called a Nobody, okay? And the Nobody is this dude named Roxas, who looks just like the guy who found refuge in Sora's little heart, okay? So there was like this living, breathing, walking around part of Sora and part of this other guy that was like kind of his own person. So all this to say, I think that there is something inside of Shulk that makes him capable of wielding the Monado in the same way that there was something inside of Sora that made him capable of wielding the Keyblade. And I think that thing has to be like the presence of another. In the same way that I think the metal faces are special because there is, I think, the presence of another being a human inside of them. But I think it's going to be the opposite with Shulk, where there's like a Mechonis influence. I don't know the specifics. I'm just thinking, I think that that's like, there's relationships being set up between these things in this way. So that's what I'm thinking. The second voice in his head. Thank you for bringing that up. Exactly. Yeah. The very beginning of the game, I feel like there are two voices in my head. One's telling me to do this. One's telling me to do this. It's like, yeah, that they already kind of like alluded to that really early in the story, and I flagged that at the time. So, yeah. Cool. All right. Any questions for me before we wrap up? Anything you want to know before we shut it down for the day? About where I'm at, what we're thinking about. Favorite part of today's stream? I mean, I really like that cutscene at the end. I like just thinking about how they are using the future sites because they are so convenient, right? They're so like, it feels like what they choose to show us in those visions, there's not like a sense of inevitability to them. I think I've talked about this before, that term, narrative inevitability, like something happening because you feel like it's supposed to happen, or like you see the dominoes fall in the story and you're like, and like that kind of thing happens rather than something being forced or inorganic. So I think like sometimes when you have a character who is capable at any point in time in your game getting a vision of the future, it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, they're just kind of like manipulating what they want the player to think about. Like that's how the tool is being used. But I actually think it's effective because I think that the game wants to, I think that's what the game wants to do. I think that the future sight thing, it's like manipulating what Shulk thinks about. And I actually, like, I kind of think that's what it, like, I'm getting a little big brain right now. I apologize. But I kind of think that's like the point is that Shulk is like being manipulated by these visions in the same way that the player's attention is being manipulated by the presence of these visions. So, and I think it's effective in doing that. Now, if I get to the end of the game and that turns out not to be the case, I might feel differently about it. But right now, I'm never like reacting negatively to the visions. So for now, they get a pass. There was like that one time earlier in the game where I felt the vision intruded in a way that I did not like. And I think everybody remembers when that happened. And it hasn't since then felt that way, you know? And I think a lot of that has to do with the stuff happening around those moments and how they're able to kind of smoke screen. Yeah, exactly, in the cave, yeah. I think you can see the contrast because in that moment, there wasn't a lot of supplemental, emotional, whatever kind of stuff happening in a way that like, all I was thinking about was what that information meant. And I think like, yeah, I think it was like very too clearly a tool rather than a device. So yeah. And not necessarily the spiders, but more so the guy that was like the true power of the Monado. That like rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, exactly what you're saying now, chap. Yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way. That because it felt, it was exactly what I'm talking about. There wasn't a sense that was inevitable. That felt like something that somebody had slid in. They were like, we gotta start saying this. This is gonna be a thing now, and it starts now. You know, so yeah. How does this stack up with other first-party Nintendo games in terms of writing? Little Love Girl asked that question. Good question. I think that this is a more traditional story, and they engage in traditional storytelling devices and methodology. So it's easy for me in particular to talk about it using the language of storytelling, using the language of craft. You know what I mean? When I teach or when I talk about books or movies or TV shows or whatever. So because it is more You could even use the word cinematic, but maybe not in the way that you immediately think when you hear that term, because it is a more conventionally told story for a video game. We have a lot to talk about, because I can talk about everything I talk about when I talk about stories when I'm like working and when I'm like writing or working on somebody else's story, right? Whereas in like a Mario game, when I'm playing Super Mario Odyssey, the story that they are trying to inspire in that game has nothing to do with Cappy or Princess Peach or Bowser, though people will mistakenly identify that as the story. The story is something that they want you to experience. They're trying to create an environment in which you have a moment of, I did this, and then my attention was grabbed, so I went over here, and then I jumped like that, and then I jumped like here, and then I used this ability to get up there, and when I got up there, there was actually a moon there. I found a moon there. That's the story of Super Mario Odyssey. Like, you know what I mean? People will misidentify plot elements and be like, that's the story. And I'm like, you need to be able to understand the goals of the medium. What people are doing there is that they're trying to apply the language of movies and books onto a video game, and that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work. So you need to understand context and like what the goals of the medium are and like what they're trying to inspire, and then you bring in elements of craft to point you into the direction of those things. I actually tried to stream Mario Galaxy last year. I don't like it very much, so I'm not the right person to ask about Mario Galaxy. I just think it's boring. So I'm not the right person. I know people love that game. It's just not for me. Yeah, so I'm not the best person to ask about that one. I hope people get the idea of what I'm saying, though. Yeah. Does a Riku equivalent in the story need to be a rival? Because that's my one, I don't know, question about that prediction, that there needs to be a Riku. No, my Riku is not... My understanding of Riku and the role that he plays... I honestly think people that call Riku, like, Sora's rival are kind of... I think that that's a shallow interrogation of who that character is and what they do. I think that, like, they are wearing the costume of rival, but I think how they function in terms of the story is not that. Is not the archetypical rival character. Yeah, I think that's maybe just a shallow read of that character. Yeah. Which character are you most interested to see more of in the story? Shulk. Shulk's the most compelling character. Yeah, I think Shulk is cool. Yeah, I think Shulk is cool. I think Shulk has cool character traits. That was Indigo Alpha's question. Yeah, I find Shulk being a protagonist that is almost defined by getting lost in his own head. I just still find that compelling. I find him compelling to, like, listen to. So yeah, Shulk. Definitely Shulk. I kind of think, like, no question. Like, I think Shulk kind of clears. He's a in craft terms, I would say that Shulk is what we would call the story-worthy hero. It's very clear that this is his story, and he is the one I should be most interested in. Yeah. Do the similarities between this game and Kingdom Hearts make your experience with the game any more disappointing, or does it just make you even more soy jack? Okay, I don't love that term. But I think like neither. I think what I'm trying to illustrate with the Kingdom Hearts comparisons is genre, and how genre is a tool when you're telling a story, and it's a way of, it's almost like a language that you communicate in, and understanding a genre and how elements function within a genre space can kind of let me make a comparison. So like, you know how in every Pokemon game, there's like, you pick your starter Pokemon, and you have like a professor, and you have like a rival character, and you like fight 8 gyms. You know what I mean? There's like a genre. It's like a certain kind of thing, and it has rules. And I think some people, again, if in a way of reading that I find shallow, would be like, oh, it's just the same. It just does the same thing. Look, it's the same as Kingdom Hearts. It does the same thing. And I'm like, no, actually, I think genre is cool. And when you look at how each of those tools are being deployed differently, when they're being used, when the game chooses to push them in and pull them out, how we're using this character, but we're positioning them that way. There's so much. I think a lot of people who maybe aren't artists don't understand this, but there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of control. There's a lot of like, that's just, these are your tools, and how you use them is the art, you know? I think a lot of people who aren't artists just have this like, and a lot of people who are artists have this like romantic view of art, like it's all completely original from your head and from your heart from your pen onto the page. But I think like understanding that what you have is our tools, and the way that you arrange and deploy them is just as artistic as manifesting something out of thin air. On a scale of 99 to 100, how would you rate Juju as a character? You guys are so weird about Juju. I don't get Juju. I feel like I'm never going to think about Juju again after this point in the game. I have a question, Jake. Do you feel the gameplay detracts from your enjoyment of the cinema at all? A little bit. I think the gameplay is cool. I like being in the world. I like exploring the world. I think that it's for me, it's not that I think it's bad. I think it's like, it's not particularly to my taste. I think what the game is trying to achieve with its combat is like just not something I'm very interested in. And I've seen games that kind of blend real-time and turn-based action in other ways that I have found more compelling. I don't find it to be offensive, because I don't think that it's like actively creating friction with the game and what the game is about, but it's definitely not calling to me. It's not where I feel the game like sings, just from my perspective and my personal taste. Yeah. Sorry, I'm pretty far back in the chat, so I'm just catching up and I'm making sure I didn't miss any questions. And I will say, I totally understand anybody that's like, I love the combat. I get it. I totally get it. That's great. I'm glad you found something that you love. I'm glad that this kind of game exists that's different from almost any other game I've played that you really like. But like, for example, like, you know that Final Fantasy MMO that everybody likes? That's like not my, like that kind of MMO combat, that never really worked for me either. Clicking in the thing, like, it's just not what sings to me. That's why I always like DC Universe Online kind of had a little action-y to the MMO kind of inputting the command thing. So, oh man, I really thank you to all the Xenoblade people that hung out and are still here on the stream while we're just talking and not playing the game. Like, I'm sure I could be playing the game as I was talking, but I simply chose not to because this is what we do here.